Excellent. Okay, I'd like to call the Town of Hebron Douglas Library Board of Trustees regular meeting for Monday, October 16th to order. Our first item of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. So everybody do their Pledge of Allegiance. Let me just, something just went on. Okay, all set. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it
it
stands,
stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And
Okay,
let me know.
now the next, sorry, the next item,
Sharing screen. Nice, nice computer.
the next item is public comments. And I don't think we have any member of the public here, do we? Nope. Okay. So seeing no public, I'm moving on to the next item, which would be the reports and the approval of the minutes from the September 11th, 2023 meeting.
So moved, Madam Chair.
So, is there a second?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know who said that, but
That was MA.
okay. And now, do we have any discussion, any changes, any amendments, anything else to be done, or is the motion on the floor as approval as written? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes as written, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? No, and those abstaining? No. Okay, the minutes are approved. The next item is the Friends of the Douglas Library. Would that be MA?
I don't know who that is, but I can tell you that they are gearing up for a November book sale and that they bought cookies for my tomorrow.
Okay, I think Dale usually reports on that.
But they do have a book sale next month, so watch the calendar for that.
Okay. All right. No more reports from that, and then the town manager representative, that would be Donna.
Hello. I have a few things. So we'll follow up on the cookies. The reception is tomorrow. I'll be there probably around 2:00 to set up.
Mhm.
Glad to hear the cookies have arrived.
Don't eat them all.
So we'll have hopefully a nice turnout. And I know that Ann Danaher has made a beautiful floral arrangement that she's going to deliver around 2:00. So we'll be there from 3 to 5. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to drop in and lend a hand if you're around. And I think that's it for the reception. We are gearing up for budget in the town manager's office. And right now the department heads are working on their CIP budgets. The CIP budget requests are due to our office by November 15th. So we're waiting for departments to submit those, working with some departments on what should be included. Part of the facility study that Bureau Veritas is doing for us. They've gone through all of our buildings and we're waiting for the reports from them. So that will help inform some of the CIP requests, we believe. And then after we're done with CIP, it's going to be time to move right into budget. So we should start thinking about budget soon.
Yeah.
We are still working on the computer replacements in all of our departments, and that includes the library. And we have set up a meeting to meet with Drusilla, myself, and Danaher. I thought she was going to be here tonight, but I'll let her know, or Drusilla, you could let her know if she can make it. She's more than welcome to join us. That's on Wednesday, the 18th, in the morning, probably around 11:30, with our site lead and our on-site tech from Novus. We're still working on the hybrid meeting rooms. We went to, I think we mentioned last month, we went out to Putnam to visit their town hall. A couple of weeks ago, Drusilla and myself with Matt Bordeaux, our town planner, went over to RAM to look at their hybrid meeting rooms. They have 2 spaces, one small conference room that has one solution, and then the media center in the middle school, which they've recently set up as a hybrid meeting room. They have the Board of Ed meetings there. They do some virtual field trips. It's a nice setup. It's something that they did themselves in-house. They've offered to help us if we would like to take them up on that. They did it for a very reasonable cost, what we think is a very reasonable cost. So we're still waiting to get refreshed pricing and proposals from ESC, the company that we were working with, but we're still working on that. We want to get something that is going to be fairly user-friendly, that's going to work for both of our locations. So I feel like it's going to be somewhere in the middle of Putnam and RAM, but something that we can definitely work with. We had a couple meetings for the holiday event, so we're gearing up for that. It's going to be here before you know it. It is on Saturday, December 2nd, with a rain date for December 3rd. And we've scheduled implicit bias training for all of our employees, including the library employees. And those training sessions are going to be November 6th and 8th. It's a couple hours training. We're bringing in somebody that code recommended. And I guess the last thing I have is the Hebron email addresses. I know that some people are using them. I know that some people have issues with it, and some people maybe have not gotten it set up yet. But we definitely need to use the Hebron issued email addresses. If you're having problems with it, haven't gotten it done yet, you can give me a call and I will put you in touch with Novus, our IT company, if necessary, to get you set up. So I know I only send stuff to those addresses, and I think Drusilla might only be using those addresses unless something is, specific request.
Okay.
But
And I know from like an FOI perspective, it's definitely better to have all of that on the town email, because if anything
Exactly.
came up and you have it in your personal, now people have access to your personal email.
This is that is the main reason, Meg, why we've done this. It is, and I know some people don't like multiple emails, but it is for the protection of the board members. And
Right.
if there is discovery it happening with the library is, pretty not likely. But if there's discovery, then the town can deal with it, and your personal email will not be compromised. They won't go
Right.
after your personal computer. We archive everything, so it is much easier, and it is, just for everybody's security and protection. So that is all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pat, I have a scheduling problem.
Uh-oh.
If the capital budgets are due the 15th and our next meeting is the 13th,
That doesn't give us any time, does it?
No.
So the library will not have a capital request this year. The next thing on the capital plan for us is repaving the parking lot. And Matt Bordeaux and I, so Matt was the planner. There's some work that'll be done with the bridge over the stream and then also the entrance to kind of the main street shops. And so we're going to try to schedule all of that happening at the same time, which puts us a year out. Because there's no sense in doing one and then ripping up the work that was just done with one to redo the other one and do sidewalks and such. So as of right now, we don't have anything. There's nothing outstanding. And the capital plan, the original capital plan puts paving the parking lot next year as well.
So basically, you're saying there's nothing for the board to review.
Yeah, for capital.
What about the humidification system in the library? I don't know if that's a capital item, what the building committee was recommending, or if it's an expense item. And I would, having gone through the parking lot issue, tell Matt to be very careful with the doming of Route 66.
Mhm.
I know Kevin was working on that. Kevin Kelly was working on that with the DOT. They've domed 66 now so much that all the runoff ends up in the entranceway to Old Town Hall and the library.
Right.
So somebody ought to get a hold of, I would recommend that the town engineer or Public Works get back involved and be careful with that, even if we need to put the library's parking lot repaving, resurfacing, or just patching off a year or two.
Yeah, so I think that's part of why the plan is to hold off until we know what's going on with sort of the larger picture, the entryway and all of that sort of thing. So I think that's part of it is trying to make sure that the whole thing works together and that, we're not getting flooded every 30 seconds every time it rains.
Okay,
You-
well, as long as you're cognizant of it and it's being looked at, that's what
Yeah,
counts.
no, he and I had talked about, so as part of that, the entryway, that stamped concrete, all of that is being relooked at, and there's new sidewalks going in, and it's a bigger issue than just our parking lot that they're looking at. So it makes sense to kind of do it all as one thing and let everybody look at the same thing.
Yeah,
so
it is. It's a steep grant that, Matt, we were awarded for beautification of the green area. We were very happy and surprised that we got the grant because it was not a strong